so let me see if I can help a few members out, right? Because yesterday, again, it was a messy day. And as far as entries are concerned, guys, on messy days, use HA signals. Look for HA signals. Whether it's HA whites, HA blue, HA yellow, Renko yellows, and then momentum. That's all it is, right? But I just want to show, just want to try and get Mickey on the right tracks again. Right, Mickey. First of all, Mickey, right, the way I trade is go with the flow. Okay, it's go with the flow, and then if the blues, I look at the LTs, I say, right, well, hang on, what are they telling me? That's the first thing. Am I going to be able to reverse a certain setup with a 15-minute blue or a 1-hour blue? Okay, that is the first thing, right? So I'm just going to show you August the 1st, Mickey, right? Because on this particular day, the LTs told me to not even attempt to reverse, right? And now it gets going, and look at you can see the setup here, Mickey. This is the kind of thing you just say to yourself, I'm not going against that, right? Not with a 1-hour blue, 15 blue, no, right? This is the kind of setup, Mickey, where I'd be saying, I'll just go with the flow until I lose. And I think that might be the way for you to go until you understand what the LTs are telling you. Okay, I've said it to Sarge in the past sometimes. You just have to keep going with the flow until you lose one. Your entries, what I will say when it's a bit messy, right? Like this, it's just getting going, this reversal on the NASDAQ. But look at all the yellows, guys. Right? And look how the yellows, how the signals perform, right? When, on the HA, when it's not clearly running yet. All right, now look at the Dow. This super setup has got, this super bias has got going. Okay, it's really, really strong. Look at well, you can't see it at the moment, but the momentum numbers are double figures, red. And when they do, look, you don't get HA signals. Okay, the white's already in for one. The blues, HA blue is already pointing down, right? So it's just going back into here and then momentum, bang. Understand? So, whereas you're getting them on the messier setup. So it might be, we get a messy day, then look for a HA yellow or a Renko yellow, and then momentum. All right? Okay, but yeah, Mickey, understanding the LTs, I mean, you just can't go against this, Mickey. It's like I'm not even interested in these blues, right? Until Rule 2 is in. And on this particular day, this had to be a pure one, which means it had to close above the 15-minute orange line. And as you'll see, Mickey, it just doesn't. It's not even close. And again, like I say about the momentum, guys, look at the momentum numbers. It's just huge. And it just kept going and going and going. I mean, you had to pull back here to the 15-minute. Look, right? Okay, so, maybe one or two of you be thinking, oh, let's take it up from here now because we're closed above the 5-minute orange line. Forget it. You need Rule 2 on the 15, guys. All right, you need it because it's so strong a setup. All right. And you see what happened there. Okay. So quickly, again, just flip through the key. Showing you the strength. Sometimes they're just, I mean, you've got a 4-hour blue now, as you can see down here, right? But sometimes they're just too strong. Mickey, you've just got to say to yourself, well, either go with the flow or I don't trade, right? This is when not to trade. The blues, it's basically, Mickey, if you can get your head around go with the flow until Rule 2, you're going to be, that is how you will do it. Then all you've got to work out is what I use for my entry. Okay, and that is, well, as I've just said, you can wait for HA yellows, you can use Renko yellows, you can use the Renko whites when they are, you know, on the first candle here, if it was there, pointing down. Wow, yeah. In the middle here, I would say no. You shouldn't be waiting for that if that were there. You know, if that Renko yellow's there and you get momentum, get in. Because that's what they do. Okay, again, here, look, why are you waiting for this? If that were there and you got momentum, it'd be like 10, 20, 30 pips up before that Renko white appeared. Okay, and you would have won 50 pipper easily there. Alright, so that's the other thing to consider when it comes to entries. Alright, you will get HA yellows when it gets slow again, as you can see here. HA yellow might have been there, might not. But, some days, as I say, Mickey, only just going above. Now, right, and the thing with this is it could hit this 15-minute flip down BB band and drop again because it's been that strong. So I'll just have a quick look at the end. Yeah, see, look, because it was that strong an LT setup. So I can't really tell you, Mickey, to take blues. Right, you still need to understand if you're going to do the blue strategy. And I think when we come out of this month, the running markets will start again and they will be big. All right, it's August is usually a slow month. Anyway, I will show you a couple of more recordings, but I just want to show you something else you might want to try, Mickey. Let's see if I can get a good example of this. Don't forget the NAS and the doodad, aren't we? Right, so I think that's the pullback there. Yeah. So another thing you can try, Mickey. Right. I mean, obviously, a go with a flow trade here would be this one. There. Right. These are on 10 pip at the minute, so I won't try. I'll try not to show you using the Renko because that move probably got going from here. Because it's on 10 pips and you can see there it's 20 pips, only a 50 pip move at the very most, that 40 pip I'd say, which means it got going. Let's have a look about there. All right, but look, back in between the HA EMAs, back on the 5-minute orange line there, Mickey. This is the kind of thing you want to look for. Once you've got the rule 2 in, basically, I know this is on the 5-minute time frame, but this is what I would be looking for, and once this was in here, I'd be thinking pullback, yeah. Oh, quick look at the HAs. You might even, on MT's charts, have had a HA yellow here. Okay. The white would have been in. It would have been probably on that candle there, the HA white. Not sure. You might just have had one down there, but if we did, then the white would follow your trade straight away there because that's first sign of momentum. Okay, so that's the way to enter. Right, obviously, just let me clear this and I'll show you something. If these were on 5 pips, let's put it on 5 pips. I'm pretty sure this time 925, 911, yeah. See, so it's somewhere up here, 925. Yeah, it's on that candle here, that one there. And it started going up, so it's a bit 43 pip, but it's a bit harder to show. The other thing you can make sure you do, Mickey, is you know, you can just say to yourself, well, I'm definitely only going to take a signal, right, on Renko or HA, right? Again, if you do this on a running day, you might be waiting for a while, but um, you can use the Renko Ys if they appear on that first candle there, and it very well might have on this, because generally those signals, right, are not sequential. They won't go one up, one down all the time on the Renko, because you might have had, let's say, there an up signal there, but this candle that I'm pointing to here, right, could have had a flickering arrow down and then it changed to up. That's why they appear on the first candle, because it was going to be down, and then all of a sudden the candle went up and the signal flipped and went to an up, and they're the better signals. So if you're going to wait for the Renko whites, then the Renko white on that candle there is generally the better one, right? Don't take them like, if you know, let's have a look. Don't take it if it's like there. Well, yeah, I mean you can do, but you're not giving yourself much room to the BB band here. It all depends on what your setup is here on the HA charts anyway. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind. But again, we're going to go have a look at another what do you call it? Well, what? No, I wanted to show another one that was a bit similar, and you know, again, if you're looking at the setups, I'm showing the what do you call it here, the Nasdaq. Again, Mickey, you know, you've got a 15 blue here, but look at this, Mickey, and just say to yourself, is a 15-minute blue going to work against that? You know, and the answer, mate, is no. You should be thinking I'm going with that, right? Because that's what it's all about. Go with the flow. Look, you see, so if you are, what I'm trying to say, Mickey, is if you are going to look at the blues, you need to understand what you're going against here, right? Okay, and when you've got outside daily here, and you've got, you know, a chain of signals, right? Trying to go with a 15-minute blue against that is suicidal, mate. You're better off just going with the flow. In fact, you don't go against it until you've got a pure rule 2. Okay, so you're thinking here, oh yeah, it might go above now, right? What a lot of you will be thinking, because of the last video I've just shown you, is, oh look, we've got rule 2 on 5, right? Fine. You think this is going to go up, attempt it. You'll probably get hammered because of this here. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. When you see these super setups, don't be thinking rule 2 on 5-minute time frame. Think rule 2 on 15-minute time frame. And again, you know, I'll just flick it on to show you. Look, you see, it's just these super setups like this. You know, don't touch them, right? So here we go. This is a super setup. Well, you're outside daily, right? You've got a 1 hour blue. This will probably go back to the, in fact, it will go back to the 1 hour orange line. Okay, but this is what I was saying yesterday, Mickey. Right, go with the flow. You can take the first trade. I'm not sure if you can call that the first trade. I mean, you did have a HA yellow at the BB, flipped up BB band here, right? So you might do, but the first one will be a bounce from the, you know, from these EMAs. It will bounce from here. Okay, so we'll just, again, just go and flick on, get to it. There it is, you see, you know. And again, Mickey, this is what I'm saying, mate. What if you're going to just use the blues, you're going to have to understand what you're up against first, all right? And then follow the system. I mean, this will probably go now because it's already bounced here, and when it goes, it'll, because it's got a 1 hour blue, it'll probably go to the 1 hour blue, orange line. Yeah, you see, because it had already bounced there. Chances are that's what you're going to have to wait. If you're going to use the blues, Mickey, you're going to have to wait out the first bounce, right? You're going to have to judge, is it worth going against these? Okay, or just follow the system, Mickey, to go with the flow, which is what I said, you know, yesterday. Basically, if you go with the flow and then let the blues tell you that they're going to reverse, that's probably the best way. And again, look, you're thinking here now, oh, it might work, right? But you're up against this, okay? And it's like, you know, all right, you've got a 1 hour blue, but you're still up against a super strong bias, Mickey. And to me, it's like, you know what, 15-minute orange line back down. Okay, so if you were thinking up, you should be thinking, right, okay, it's got to close above this 15-minute orange line. All right. Anyway, it'll probably come down here from this slip down 5-minute BB band now, but let's have a look. Yeah, you know, you see, it's not closed above, Mickey. It went up above, but it's come back down. Okay, so it's one of them. You know, if you're going to use the blues, you've got to say to yourself, right, well, I need rule 2 against this. Otherwise, you know, other days we've seen them and they're just blues up and down. You can probably attempt them. All right, like I said on the Dow here, you know, once you got that first orange line bounce out the way there, Mickey, you could have attempted it because, yeah, you know, we're talking a super setup, but it had done its job pretty much. You were outside daily, understand? Whereas this one hasn't done its job. Okay, yeah, you could say it's outside. It's broke the 8-hour BB band, but it's a super. You're outside weekly as well, not just daily, you know. Again, it's all about understanding, Mickey, what these LTEs are telling you. If you work this out, Mickey, right, you'll know which blues to take. You'll know whether to go with the flow, because on this particular day here, with that setup, you'd have said to yourself, go with the flow. Okay? On this one, you're outside daily, you're outside 8-hour, you had a 1 hour blue, you'd have known you could have risked that down, and all you had to do was wait for that 5-minute orange line bounce out the way before you set your sell stop or took your trade. And it was probably down to the orange line. Yeah, it was 100 pipper, maybe more, 150 pips, I really don't know. Let's see if we can have a look on here. Well, it went down to about 325, right, from, well, presume the other yellow was up here, so that would be 59, 459. So yeah, about 150 pips on that one, Mickey. You know. All right. So that is what you're going to have to do, Mickey. Is you're going to have to, and then look, 1 hour orange line because of this, Mickey. That's where the blue would have taken it. The 1 hour blue took it to, and then it was up again. You could have even done another one here, another buy stop up from here. Okay. So yeah, Mickey, you've got a choice to make. Do I just go with the flow, which is what I do whilst you're learning about these, you know, or do you attempt, do you, again, you would have looked at this 8-hour signal here, right, and said to yourself, okay then, up, you went up the 15-minute blue there, right, then you took it down with the 1 hour blue here, right, after the first 5-minute orange line bounce, right, and then any one of these here, you could have said, right, well, let's buy stop up from the 1 hour orange line, you know, and again, you'd have had your 3 trades there, but you do have to understand what these are telling you, Mickey. All right, it's like this was saying super down. These were saying up, but bounces. All right, so you could have taken that bounce down, and then you could have taken it up, down, and up. That one. This one, you would just go with the flow. You understand, mate? Because it's too strong to go against that. That setup is like super. All right. So again, that was another one, and I think we'll just see if I can find you another one. I want to try and find one that's a bit messy. Let's have a look. August 14th. Yeah, this one looks a nice messy one. Well, it does in a minute. So again, you're looking at LTs, your outside daily. You've got a couple of flickering signals here. Weekly orange line could be about to turn. So do you have a go at the blue? Have you got a blue? You've not got a 1 hour blue. 15 blue. We had the 1 hour bounce yet. I think this is the 1 hour, 5 minute orange line bounce yet. It seems a bit weird. This is because of the big move. Anyway, there was the bounce. So if you're gonna have a go at this blue, now's the time to do it. Understand? What you will find as well, Mickey. Look, it's getting stronger as well. But what you'll find as well, Mickey, is you'll get a chain. Like you had a strong chain on the last recording here that took it down. Well, if you're going to use the blues, you want a chain with it. You might have a 1 hour signal as well, a 5 minute signal. There might be a HA yellow, which is basically a trigger, or the HA blue or a HA white, right? But again, look, that just highlights hands. You can't dive in with straight away with a white. You have to wait then for the next flash of mom. It probably came somewhere here. All right, and that will stop you going to 20-30 pips down before the HA white gets going hands. All right, so again, Mickey, it's just a matter. Did that go up again? Yeah, it did. It sort of went up again. So this is what I mean, Mickey. You might, if you're just going to trade the blues this way, you might end up losing a trade or two before it actually goes for you. Okay, so again, mate, I would love you just to understand what the LTs are saying, go with the flow and use rule 2. It's probably the safest overall way to do it. But as you can see, it did eventually go, Mickey. But again, it went up again. So you'd have still been thinking, okay, I've got to sell stop it again. And then it did eventually go. It happens, mate. It's just one of them things. You've got to accept it and say, right, well, I lost 25 pippers there. You could have got out, if momentum flipped on you a couple of times. But I lost 25 pippers there, but then won a... what's that? It's gone from 175 to 043. So you might have won 100 pips there. All right, Mickey. So this is what you're going to have to work out. And again, then it went back because you closed below. It went back to the 15-minute orange line and down again. And again, Mickey, you had that 15-minute blue saying up there, right? But it was against this, Mickey. This is what you've got to then say, no, I can't take that 15-minute blue up because it's against this, and it hadn't done its job. It might have now broke the 4 hour BB band, right? But that was this move down here. Bang. Understand, mate? But again, and look, still goes, and it's got stronger again. Okay, so again, Mickey, if you're looking at the Dow here, proper messy, but the blues would have given you something. All right, but not as strong as that setup down. All right, probably will do, probably because it's still a weekly orange line. So another blue. Again, you might even have attempted this one here, right? Because you broke the 1 hour, you broke the 4 hour. Okay, fine, right? Attempt it. Oh, lost 25 pips or whatever. Attempt it again. 1, 25, 32, 100. So that's what you're going to have to accept, Mickey. If you're going to do just the blues, you've still got to understand that, what these LTs are telling you. And sometimes they are just too strong, Mickey, honestly. Today, you broke a flipped up 4 hour BB band. So that would have said to me, yeah, you can have a go at that one. You understand, Mickey? Whereas the other day you were dealing with red yellows here and here. and that's like, stay away. Don't risk the blues. All right, Mickey. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what else I can do. I mean, I've tried getting members to trade, go with the flow. I tried getting people to look at the blues in a way once the moves are done. And as I say, I think when you're dealing with super strong trends, mate, it's either just keep going with the flow until you lose, or to rule twos in. As far as entries are concerned, it's all about the momentum. If I see a flash of 2 or 3, right, I want it to flash again pretty quickly, 2 or 3 or more. Okay, if I see a flash of 5 and above, right, I'm in straight away, because basically a 2 or 3, right, needs to flash again, because if not, the momentum could flip because it was only a 2 or 3. Yeah, but if I see a flash of 5 or 6, right, then it's pretty good already. So I'm in with that, and then you'll notice the next numbers from there get higher. It might be a 7 or 8 or whatever. And you'll even notice with a 2 or 3, when you have a couple of flashes of low mom, generally it goes to 4 or 5 the next time. All right, but if it flips to a 2 red, then it's like, oh, right, okay. And that's why I've learned to not dive in on the first flash of momentum. Sometimes I do, but I'm just trying to, give you a way of looking at momentum differently. Instead of just diving in on a 2 or 3, wait for your next flash. And as I've said, hands where the whites are concerned, if you're going to use the whites, you basically, it is a shot of momentum. That's why the white appears. So basically, you want it to just, let it set and then just breathe, and then you're just waiting for the next flash of mom after that hands. Okay. Um, the other thing, Mickey, which I haven't actually mentioned, what recording did I use then? That 14th one. So let's just go back and look at that. Was it 14th? I can't remember. Yeah, it was this one. Excuse me. Let me get to where it broke that 4 hour. Right, here it is, isn't it? It broke the 4 hour beam. The other thing, Mickey, oh yeah, well, let's come down a bit more. That looks at that. Let's just get to it. Yeah, this is it here. Right, so the other thing you can do, Mickey, right, which this is where they work pretty good. Okay, it's that. I'll pause it there. Right, once you're thinking about your blue because you broke this 4 hour BB band here, you've got your blue. Wait for that. The HA blue. Okay, because at these turning points, these are the monster blues that MT talks about. You know, but then you pull back. You need momentum again. That is basically what it is. Sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. So if you're going to take them directly, Mickey, again, this might be your trigger, Mickey. The way your trigger for your blues and your LT setup, right? It's this, but sometimes they will go and sometimes they will pull back. So the pullback might take you out, but you're waiting then for the next entry up with the blues, right? And if a blue down appears, you can't trust it. Okay, you cannot trust it because everything else, Mickey, is saying up, 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 right? So a HA blue down, even if it does come down, you cannot trust that. Okay. All right, especially when you've broke a 4 hour BB band, 8 hour orange line, this setup might be done here. Right? It's different if it's mega setup and they were red yellows or red pinks, all of it red pinks, whatever. But it's a red and a pink here. Okay, so you could use that as your trigger. Anyway, let's have a look, see what it did do there. Yeah, you know, you could have been in straight away. Okay. Or you might have waited here and then said, okay, momentum, when it's back here. All right. But I personally think that you might have to just get directly in, especially moms like this, Mickey. You know. Anyway, let's have a look. Yeah, you can see it here, Mickey. Look. All right. See where it went. Yeah, you were going back with the trend as well, Mickey. You see, so that blue, you were in somewhere here, I think. 1900. 1900. At the moment, you're 130 pips on this, Mickey. You know, you can see it started here. This would be it here. Right. Understand you got in somewhere here. Yeah. Understand, Mickey? So you could use that blue as your trigger. Alright. Or you could do it, take so many pips there. You might have taken 50 and then be looking for a flipped HABB band or another HA white after that. Mickey, understand, and take another one there and you would have won another 50 pips with that one there. Okay, so that is another way you can use the triggers. Then, you know, 15 blue appears, Mickey, you know, not far off the 1 hour. It might go here, might break this, right, because it is a strong trend. Generally, trends want to create new highs, so it might break this again. But, you know, Mickey, you're looking at that there, and you're not far off 150 pip move. All right, and all you've done is you waited for the LTBB band break, the blue, and then the HA blue. Okay, so like I say, you could have attempted it here. You might have lost 25 pips there, but there would have been a HA blue pointing down on this 15-minute candle here, right? Don't trust it. All right, because of the setup here, everything was saying up. All right, Mickey. So that is the HA blue to the up that you wanted. All right. Yes, I know I'm that super one before the HA blue would have carried on going down, but that was a really, really super setup. If you remember, it had everything, including weekly signals. All right. Basically, if you look here, these are saying up. All you were dealing with was a bounce, a pullback on a big time frame. That's kind of what it was, Mickey. Okay, so yeah, Mickey, again, mate, I really, you know, not entirely 100% how you're gonna have to get your head around it, basically, mate. You're gonna have to say to yourself, do I go with a flow on the really strong trades? Do I do what Jazzy's saying here about using the blues and hold? You know, that it's up to you. You're gonna have to say to yourself, how do I go about this? All right, and generally, Mickey, again, try and learn about the LTs. This, if I were you, Mickey, this is where I would be focusing most of my uh, training time on. Would be learning how the blues work against the LTs. Okay, because that will give you a good understanding, you know. And if you're just flicking through all the recordings that ever were, right, you will find that 15 blues go to the 15-minute orange line, 1 hour blues go to the 1 hour orange line, but super strong setups need rule 2, a pure rule 2, 15-minute orange line. Okay, right, so yeah, I hope this can help you a bit, Mickey, but that would be where I would, if I were you, I would be focusing, seeing if I can work that out. All right, pal, I'll see you in the room.